Hello YouTube, this is ChardarYuGiOh here with my Mermail deck profile. I took second place at the TCGPlayer Qualifier in South Bend. I ended up losing out in top 4 to a Shadal Artifact player, but that's one of my worst matchups anyway, so I was definitely not terribly disappointed with that. Main reason I play Mermails is budget. I got this deck for very cheap, and it's very capable of keeping up with this meta. I mean, it's not a tier 1 deck, but if you play it well and you can capitalize on your opponent's misplays, you can keep up. Anyway, I play 3 Pike, 1 Turge, 3 Lind. You can cut this to 2. I put it back to 3 just because I was tired of drawing one or both my copies and then making all my spheres dead afterwards. Goond, 3 Teos, 2 Megalo, no lead. I don't think lead is necessary this format. And I definitely don't like to play 3 Megalo like the Vegas build did, because if you draw multiple copies of them, then they're dead in hand, and Megalo is a horrible top deck. 3 Marksman, I hate back row. 1 Infantry, because you kind of have to play 1 Infantry for spot removal, but I don't think you need more than that. Dragoons, 3 Undyne, because I want to get my title into grave as fast as possible, and that means getting to Undyne as fast as possible. Only 2 Controller, because I don't want to draw into Controller. 2 Aqua Spirit, this is a fantastic card. This is the first event I've actually played Aqua Spirit at, but I've tested it before, and being able to more easily put a rank 4 onto the field, such as 101 or Castell for removal, or having an Aqua Spirit, especially an Aqua Spirit normally Controller for Black Rose for a field wipe. I did that against Teller Knights a few times just to kill all their back row. And title. 2 Salvage, I was testing this because both of the Vegas builds used it, so it seemed worth looking into. Overall, I wasn't terribly impressed with it. I would draw into it and it would be live, but by the time I saw it, I didn't need it. So I'm going to keep trying with Salvage, but overall I'm not sold on it yet. 1 Soul Charge and 2 MST, because I have enough removal from Marksman and Infantry that I don't think I need more than that. I side the 3rd if I see emptiness, or I know that they can play Macro or D-Fissure. I side bring in the 3rd immediately, but 2 in the main is fine. 3 Sphere, 2 Call of the Haunted. This is really good, again, for pretty much the same reason Aqua Spirit is good, to make Ixies more easily. You can special back a Pike to use Pike's effect. You can bring back a boss monster if they kill your Leo somehow. You can call the Haunted to bring back the Leo, and then they have to deal with it all over again. And you can use it in battle phase for OTKs, which is fantastic. 2 Traps done. Fantastic card this format, just to kill back row and to make pushes for game or to chain to different traps. Compulse and a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Best traps this format to kill extra deck monsters like Winda or Construct or Dante without giving them their effects. Extra deck, Gaios, Draco, Big Eye. Number 74, I play this because it's pretty much the same thing as Leo, and it's a very tough card for the meta to deal with. His 2700 attack, Shadals can kill it with Construct, but other than that, the meta has nothing on this card. 101, Exiton, Castell, Dweller, Bahamut Shark. I played 2 Abyss Trite because I wasn't sure what I wanted my 15th extra deck monster to be, and Bahamut Shark has 2600 attack, and after you put him on the field, he doesn't really have a big target on him. Like, the opponents, at least that I've played, usually don't use removal on Bahamut Shark, or they wait a couple turns to. So if I summon this, and I summon my first Trite, Trite is 2800 defense, and is a monster reborn for the deck, so it's pretty tough to deal with. But if they leave the Bahamut there for an extra turn, and I bring out a 3rd Trite, that's 2 2800 defense walls that they're just not going to have the resources to deal with, or they're not going to want to have to give up a lot of resources to deal with those. And Anganir, because bringing out Anganir and Leo is like pretty much unstoppable. Lavier, because I was playing Aqua Spirit, I wanted to bring back Lavier. I made it once or twice, but it didn't do anything great, but I'm so glad I have it. Then Leo and Black Rose. Then the side deck, finally, 3 Shadow Mirror. I don't use this against Shaddolls so much anymore because the Artifact version can get rid of it very easily, and the Lightsworn version or Chaos version has Lila, but I used it against Burning Abyss a lot. 2 Light Mirror, because I wasn't expecting as many Tellarknight players as I was Burning Abyss and Shaddol players, and Tellarknights, there ended up being 2 of them in top 8, so I played against them a lot, so I cited these in quite a bit. Breakthrough Skill, bring in against anything using artifacts. Malcat for Tellarknights or Burning Abyss, both decks that like to do the set 5 back row thing. I mean, even if it is chainable and they attack into a Malcat, you still wipe out 4 or 5 cards at once for them, which is usually too much for them to come back to. Mermails can overwhelm pretty quickly. I cited a warning just for different rogue decks, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to side this event, so I just put in the warning because it's pretty good backer. 3rd MST, obviously Noblemans. I use these against Shaddolls a lot more than I use Shadow Mirrors, but I never saw them. And 2 Gores. I really like this against Shaddolls and Burning Abyss. Shaddolls, if they go into Winda and they attack, you can summon out Gores. They can't, Warning can stop the Gores, but they won't be able to use any back row to it. If they can pulse the Gores back to your hand, that accomplishes a whole lot. And then Gores can just run over the Winda. If they have Construct out and you special summon it, you get a 2100 attack token. And that's 2 special summon monsters that they have to attack through at that point. Like Construct will destroy them. But you still get a wall Construct for a while, so that's pretty good. Against Tellarknights, it's not that great, so don't bring it against Tellarknights. But anyway, this is the Mermail deck I played. Like I said, I got 2nd place, so tell me what you think of the deck down below. If you think Mermails are a good choice and agree with me, thumb up the video. Let's make this a little popular, because I was very happy with how this deck performed. I think losing to a Shaddol Artifact player in top 2 is perfectly acceptable. So anyway, peace out YouTube, and yeah.